In the previous module, we talked all about the nervous system and how it emits into your electromagnetic field whatever sort of emotional state that you are experiencing. This is really important because you could either positively or negatively impact the people around you and vice versa based on your emotional state. So, with this newfound awareness and the knowledge of the importance of self regulation, let's recap on a couple of really important points on why this is so vital in relationships. How does it feel when your partner says, "We need to talk"? Or they come in and they say, "I need to talk to you." Not only is the tone of voice, the body language, but also the language that they're using can activate your sympathetic nervous system. And what we talked about in the previous modules is that when you are in an activated state, your body tenses up, you start to hyperventilate, you might notice that your heart races. And the most important part is that your ability to see what is actually going on shrinks because now you enter survival mode and you're only able to see this much of what's going on. So while you are focused on this much of what's going on because you're scared of the outcome of what your spouse or partner or loved one might be coming to you with, and they're also in an activated state, they're over here looking at everything from this lens. So if you can see that you'll never see eye to eye, literally, because you're focused on one particular part of being scared of what they're saying or being very reactive to what they're saying, and they're focused on something completely different. So these skills and this foundational knowledge is super vital in navigating discussions and conflict in your relationships with anybody. Again, let's recap just step by step what the information that we covered, why it's important, and how we can use this to integrate into our relationships today. So, if you can picture yourself walking around with this big bubble around you, and when you learn to self regulate, the emotional vibration or the vibe that you give off is very intentionally set. So, let's say you decided, I'm going to enter this conversation with my partner in a very peaceful and loving way. And you say to yourself, no matter what happens, I'm going to make sure that my temperature of the bubble that I'm in is going to be set at peace and love and a solution oriented mindset. You enter this conversation with your partner where you could tell that they are maybe feeling anxious or angry or nervous or sad. And you make a point to say to yourself, I'm not going to absorb their emotional state. I'm going to stay very firm and calm in my own ability to self regulate. And the more that you stay firm in checking in with yourself, self regulating, making sure that you're taking care of your needs, that person will actually start to adjust to your emotional state from a more calm, more connected emotional state from both parties. It is more geared towards having a solution oriented mindset. So you're able to hear what your person has to say and they're able to hear what you have to say versus just either yelling at each other or one person completely shutting down or one person leaving the room. It's super vital just to understand the energetics of what's happening during conversation, knowing that both people are having their own experience, talking about something, trying to use language, trying to use spoken word to create an understanding for the other person of what you are physically experiencing. Using only spoken language is super difficult because oftentimes we don't even know what we're experiencing. We're just overwhelmed by an emotion. And then that projects into the situation with the partner. So oftentimes it's very unintentional that the person just completely blows up on you, and it really has nothing to do with you. It has more to do with what they're experiencing and their inability or uncertainty around what they're feeling, how to try to tell you what they're feeling when it might not match. So just knowing that the more that you stay very connected to your nervous system response, the more that you can be there for them, but you're also taking care of yourself.